How's it going? RD Lopez of C Magazine here. We have set out to test one of the most compelling mid-size crossovers in the country. But the thing is, it has 3 variants, so that's a bit of a pickle. So we decided to test them all. With me right now is Kevin, Chris, and Isabel. This is the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Ultimate Test Drive from C Magazine. This is an unprecedented test drive for C Magazine. As we found the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro to be so exceptional, we editors had to review the 3 variants as a team. And 2 of them are actually C Awards winners on 2 different categories: Best Midsize Crossover and Best Hybrid. Now that definitely says a lot, but here's what we have to say about it.
I'm RD Lopez and I got my hands behind the wheel of the PHEV variant of it. That stands for Plug-in Hybrid Electric Vehicle. Now the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro, and I guess that goes across the board with all the variants, but of course particularly on this PHEV, has got to be one of the most, if not the most comfortable mid-size crossovers you can find in the market. Its ride quality is plush, the noise vibration harshness levels are low, and it's got to be just the most relaxing drive you can get from vehicles in this category. Let me talk about the interior aesthetics as well as the exterior aesthetics. I love the fact that the 6-way power adjustable seats are very comfortable, very snug. Driving hours on end would not be a problem. The fully appointed leather with really nice stitching, very tight tolerances, and the design just look pretty good. You got the Tiggo logos and blazon on all the 4 seats up front, but it is a full 7-seater. I love that it has that kind of flexibility. So, you can just use the rest for cargo. You can fold them flat. Also the fact that the second row seats are reclinable, fully adjustable, and as comfortable. I love the fact that these seats have butterfly headrests. They offer nice support and they're really soft. So if you want to just really lean back, you can. And it's like positioned nicely so that it's really ergonomic. Now I'm a stickler for detail when it comes to audio. Almost all the time I have my music running in the background when I'm driving. It is important, it's integral for me to have a nice driving experience. It is also Apple CarPlay compatible and Android compatible as well. Bluetooth connectivity is also more than ample, and it's quite a cinch to connect. It even has a wireless charging pad. It just gives you the right kind of sound in this entertainment system that you won't be left wanting, even if you are finicky in terms of sound quality. So all the frequencies you might be looking for in a balanced audio system is right there. Let's talk about the exterior. Now, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro has got to be the most balanced in terms of its handsome looks. It is not jarring in terms of coming up with design cues that's jumping out, attention grabbing and all that, but it's indeed handsome and sophisticated at the same time. It is a mid-size crossover, although it looks a little bit smaller than it really is, but you take a seat inside and you realize it's actually really sizable. Now, its 18-inch alloy rims are so symmetrical with the way it is designed. Its profile is just well balanced in terms of looking sleek and athletic at the same time, but in a very stylish and luxurious kind of level. Now, the DRLs that surround the LED lamps are pretty much sleek as well. Now, the grille is pretty much eye-catching in the sense that it's complicated, but in a good way. That means like it's not, your typical slatted lines, horizontal or vertical lines and all that, like 4D, if you know what I mean. But in a good way, it is pretty much distinct, and it's stylish and luxurious. It's not going to be dated anytime soon.
I just love these new Cherys. They've come such a long way. For the value, you're getting so much equipment, incredible packaging. It's like everything you want in a vehicle, it's in here.
And they're not dated.
No.
They don't look old, they don't feel old.
It's really remarkable. My hat's off to Chery. They've done an incredible job. They really, truly started to build vehicles that they themselves would want to buy. I think that's the best way to think about it. It's like, you know what? Okay, there's one thing to be just producing vehicles to get into the business, but to actually get into the business with this much energy and this much enthusiasm to actually create cars that they themselves would want to own.
I think think the biggest thing there is the cars are very affordable, considering they're fully loaded. They have everything else you need. What more do you need in a car?
In other cars, when you go through even roads like this, you usually would hear all that
feel it,
noise, you feel it. Not just the 2-liter, but even the 1.6 and the plug-in all have 100% fully independent suspension, so you don't have the torsion beam in the rear. It's very supple. It really handles the bad roads or just multiple terrains. It's just so smooth. So you definitely feel like you're in a vehicle that's worth double, even triple the amount of money. So you would actually get more pride of ownership and be rewarded for your intelligent purchase. This is more like you will be smiling and being really happy knowing that
You made the smart choice.
exactly, you made the smart choice. This is such a smart vehicle. The Tiggo 8 Pro with the 2-liter all-wheel drive system is truly a remarkable vehicle. You saw that awesome instrumentation. You see the aluminum pedals, ventilated seats. I mean, that alone, that's already a big start. Then you got the Sony stereo, panoramic roof. The other great part about this is the versatility with the seating. I pointed it out before, the 3 Tiggo 8s can all do this. But the only difference is the 2-liter comes with all-wheel drive and that punchy engine. One really cool feature, which is not found in most vehicles like this, 7-seater crossovers, is that if you want to have even more space for the rear passenger, you actually have your own control to actually push the front passenger seat forward. Talk about maximum comfort. I can recline, relax, and with this much space, it's fantastic. For those long trips, this is the best place to be. Wow, talk about comfort and having it all. The Chery Tiggo 8 Pro, outstanding. One of the best features of the 2-liter turbo, besides having an all-wheel drive system, is the quad exhaust. And it's a real, genuine exhaust system as well. So it's not just something like it's painted on or it's just stuck in there just for show. This is the real deal. But the good news is even the 1.6-liter turbo actually has a genuine dual exhaust system as well.
Here we are in the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6T. It's the most affordable model in the line, but just because it's the most affordable doesn't mean that Chery cut any corners. You'll know what I mean when you look at the materials they use here in the door panels. Soft touch materials, steering wheel, leather wrapped, the dash has the same soft touch material, and basically the cabin is just really well built. The stalks have no play in them, the buttons and knobs feel great to the touch, and it has a lot of safety features and convenience features that you won't find in this price range. The list of safety and convenience features that you'll find here are pretty unheard of for the price. We're talking about collision detection, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane detection warning, and blind spot monitoring. These are all safety features that you'll find in much more premium cars. But for me, it's the little things. Details like the memory functions of the seats, the cooling of the seats. These are small little details that I appreciate as a consumer. All of these things I've mentioned so far is great for the driver. But let's face it, if you're getting a 7-seater, you're looking for something for the family. So let's see just how practical the Tiggo 8 Pro can be. Let me show you just how versatile and how practical the seats of the Tiggo 8 Pro are. Both the seats can be slid forward and backward to give more room and find a nice balance to the third row and the second row. Now, moving to the back, it's pretty simple. I'm not a small guy, but let's see how we do here. Okay, so lots of usable third row space. I could honestly fall asleep here. And storage bins for your gadgets, your water bottle, your own aircon vents, your own speakers, and the third row can actually be reclined. So you can find a nice comfortable seating position. Now these are all things that you won't find in cars at this price range. It shows that Chery is really putting a lot of thought into the design of their cars. Let's open up the back and see how much cargo space we're dealing with. Powered tailgate. So with the third row folded up, you got this amount of space, which is pretty standard in this segment, even in MPVs, honestly. But look how easy it is to fold the third row seats. It's literally just a push, one hand, no sweat, and you've got all this space to work with. Now, if you fold down the second row, you get even more space. It's really easy to fold the second row down to get a flat space for your cargo. You can fold down both sides and they both fold down flat. So that opens it up to a huge amount of space, and it's versatile because you can mix and match and choose different configurations depending on what you're loading.
With the exceptional performance, features, and set of amenities, these three variants of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro we were able to experience and assess, we had a bit of a challenge staying within the areas we agreed to cover individually. So we decided to recap our findings as a team. We sat down to discuss the lowdown on our Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Ultimate Test Drive. Check it out online on C Magazine.